Hello everyone, and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley thanks daughter Savannah for her long fight in first comments since prison release. Todd Chrisley thanked daughter Savannah Chrisley for her years of support during a May 30th press conference after he and wife Julie Chrisley were released from federal prison following a pardon from President Donald Trump. The former Chrisley Knows Best stars were convicted in 2022 of tax evasion and fraud. The couple, who had been serving their sentences in separate prisons since January 2023, were released on May 28 and already have plans for a new reality TV series on Lifetime. As Savannah said, she has fought a long fight, and for any parent to see their child fight this hard, it's a double-edged sword, Todd Chrisley said when he addressed reporters for the first time at the Kimpton Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a blessing, and then your heart breaks because your child has been placed in that position to fight for you, when, as a parent, you're supposed to fight for your children. So I will always be grateful to you, he added, looking at his daughter. During the press conference, Savannah Chrisley, who had advocated for her parents' release since their sentencing, spoke about her excitement when she picked up her father earlier this week at federal prison Camp Pensacola in Florida, where he was originally sentenced to 12 years. His sentence was later reduced by 2 years. Julie Chrisley was originally sentenced to 7 years at Federal Medical Center Lexington in Kentucky before her sentence was shortened by 14 months. I went to pick up my dad, and when he walked out, it was just such an overwhelming feeling. Because the last time I was there, I was dropping him off and watching him walk away, Savannah Chrisley, 27, said. So, I think watching him walk towards me, I was an absolute disaster. And we left there and it was amazing. Savannah Chrisley added that she and her father later spoke on a video call with Trump. Todd Chrisley described the relief he felt the moment he saw his daughter had arrived at the prison to take him home, and the aftermath. I woke up the first morning, and I was looking around. I'm like, this is really real. I'm home, he said. So I was grateful for our family to be all back in the same room, to be together, to share a meal together, to pray together, and to know that we're still in the fight together. He said of reuniting with his wife, "It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. Julie and I have been together for over 30 years, and she is my best friend. We have raised our children together." The reality star repeatedly said he felt blessed during the press conference. "We're blessed to have our family back, and we're blessed to be coming back to television, because we do have a much bigger story to tell now than we ever have." He also maintained his innocence, telling reporters, "Whether you believe it or not, because I was you at some point, even though this part has happened, I still was convicted of something that I did not do." On May 29th, Savannah Chrisley posted photos of her reunited parents on Instagram. "Reunited and it feels so good," she wrote in a digital sticker on one of the images. The couple's 28-year-old, Chase Chrisley, described his parents' emotional reunion to Entertainment Tonight. "They both just burst into tears, and my dad wrapped his arms around my mom. And I don't think he's let go," Chase Chrisley said. "And I don't think he'll ever let go." After nearly 2 years behind bars, Todd Chrisley has finally broken his silence, and the emotion in his words has left fans deeply moved. In his first public statement since being released from prison, the Chrisley Knows Best patriarch took a moment not to discuss his freedom, fame, or future plans, but to pour his heart out in gratitude to the one person who never stopped fighting for him, his daughter, Savannah Chrisley. A father's emotional return. Todd's voice trembled as he spoke during a family-recorded podcast episode, marking his official return to the public eye. "I've been through storms, but none of it compares to the love that's been shown to me by my daughter," Todd began. "Savannah never gave up, not for 1 second. Even when the world turned its back, she stood tall. She became the backbone of this family, and I will forever thank God for her." For Savannah, the journey was long and grueling. The 27-year-old reality star and podcast host became the spokesperson for her family's legal battles, publicly calling out what she viewed as flaws in the justice system while caring for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe. She managed to juggle the chaos of court filings, emotional breakdowns, and raising 2 children, all while trying to keep hope alive. Todd acknowledged those sacrifices. Savannah had every reason to walk away and live her life, but she didn't, he said softly. She carried me and your mama on her shoulders when it should have been the other way around. That's a kind of love you can't teach. That's faith in action. A family divided and rebuilt. When Todd and Julie Chrisley began serving their sentences in 2023, Todd in Florida and Julie in Kentucky, the family's world fell apart overnight. Their once picture-perfect life unraveled in front of millions of fans. Rumors swirled, critics attacked, and headlines speculated about their future. Through it all, Savannah became the anchor. She opened her home to her teenage brother and her niece, Chloe, trying to recreate some sense of normalcy in a home filled with echoes of the past. I used to think I was strong, Savannah said in an earlier interview. But watching my parents go through this, trying to hold our family together, that's when I learned what strength really means. Every day, I woke up and fought for them because I knew they were innocent. Todd's words now confirm what many fans suspected. It was Savannah's relentless advocacy that helped pave the way for their release. She didn't just fight in courtrooms or on podcasts, Todd said. She fought spiritually. She prayed when I couldn't. She believed when I doubted. Savannah's strength reminded me who I was. Not the man the world painted me to be, but the man God made me to be. The first days of freedom. According to family insiders, Todd's first few days home have been emotional, quiet, and healing. The family avoided cameras, choosing instead to spend time together away from the public eye. Todd reportedly reunited with Julie in a private setting before returning home to Nashville to see his children. Freedom hits different when you've been through fire, Todd admitted in his message. It's not about fancy cars or fame anymore. It's about waking up and hearing your daughter laugh, hugging your son, or just sitting outside and thanking God for another sunrise. Savannah, who posted a cryptic message on Instagram the night before Todd's release, "Sometimes love looks like fighting when you're exhausted," later shared a photo of her father sitting at a wooden table with a cup of coffee and a Bible open in front of him. Her caption read, "The strongest man I know. Welcome home, Dad." To redemption. Todd didn't shy away from addressing the lessons learned during his incarceration. Prison strips you of everything, your freedom, your pride, your ego, he said. But it also gives you perspective. I had to face myself in that mirror and ask, who am I without the fame? Without the money? Without the control? The answer was simple. I'm a husband, a father, and a man who owes everything to the love of his family. He paused before adding, and Savannah. She reminded me of that every day. Every letter she wrote, every visit, every tear she shed reminded me that I was still worth fighting for. Julie, who remains under supervised release, also shared her feelings through a family spokesperson, saying she was overwhelmed with gratitude for Savannah's dedication. She has been our light in the darkest time, Julie said. Todd and I owe her everything. Fans react to the heartfelt moment. Social media lit up with messages of love and support for the Chrisleys following Todd's comments. Many longtime fans expressed how emotional it was to hear him finally speak again. One fan wrote, "I cried hearing Todd thank Savannah. You can hear the love and pain in his voice. This family has been through so much." Another commented, "Say what you want about the Chrisleys, but Savannah stood by her parents like a warrior." Todd recognizing that made my heart melt. Even critics who had once been skeptical of the Chrisleys' innocence admitted that the family's unwavering bond was hard not to admire. What's next for Todd and Savannah? Though the family has not yet announced any formal plans for a television comeback, sources close to the Chrisleys hint that a new docuseries or podcast project may already be in the works. The focus, however, won't be on their former lavish lifestyle but on faith, forgiveness, and rebuilding. Todd ended his statement with a message of hope. "We've all made mistakes and we've all been broken in different ways," he said. "But what defines us is not the fall, it's the getting back up. Savannah showed me what that looks like. So, if you're out there fighting for someone you love, don't stop. The fight is worth it." Savannah, sitting beside her father, wiped away tears as he finished speaking. "I didn't fight because I had to," she whispered. "I fought because I believe in redemption, and I believe in you." The two embraced, and for a moment, it wasn't about fame or forgiveness, just a father and daughter who had weathered an unimaginable storm and somehow found their way back to each other. As Todd Chrisley's voice cracked with emotion, he left fans with one final reflection. Freedom is beautiful, but love is what truly sets you free.